him from a mountain. If you go up a mountain, you can look down and see him and so forth. Of whose wickedness, even to this day, the wasteland that smoketh is a testimony, and plants bearing fruit that never come to ripeness, and a standing pillar of salt is a monument of an unbelieving soul. Let you know, Lot's wife didn't believe. She didn't have faith. She turned around. Was it something there that she desires? She thinks she gonna miss out on? Angel told her, don't look back. And a lot of you gonna look back. And that pillar of salt gonna be, ain't gonna be no more statue of you, no monument of you. You just gonna disintegrate. You got that lake of fire coming for the end times that we gotta deal with. But see, an unbelieving soul, you know, it's like, you gotta look at, okay, well, even if we have children, it's like, or we have parents, or we have whatever it is that we have, and we're told to move. We're moving, and then you can't look back. You can't look back. They tell you, behind us gonna be a smoke. It tell you about what's gonna happen in front of us and behind us. Most High will if it's us. And he said, don't look back. And you look back like she did, and you just disintegrate. That's why we have to have our minds ready, because we all got to meet the judgment seat alone. And that judgment is like when the end comes. And it could be the end of us as individuals or the end of us going into the kingdom, if we there. You can't take nobody with you on that judgment. When that judgment comes, it's going to come for each and every one of us as individuals. That's what I said. And a standing pillar of salt is a monument of an unbelieving soul. You hear that? What the Most High tell us? Have faith in the Most High. So that's why I say you got to know what it is you're supposed to know, so that when it's times come, you already know it's in you. He's saying gonna put his spirit in us, the covenant in us. So as much as possible, you need to have this in you, so when they say we can't have it, they can't take it away from us. I mean, the mother and her 7 sons, they knew what they knew. They was tortured to death. And they said they wasn't worried, they weren't concerned. Each one of them went to the torment. Straight up. They took it. That's a powerful testimony. And rather than to take something from a seducing spirit, that's a seducing spirit. Let me give you an idea of seducing spirit. All they had to do was eat some pork. I'll just give you an example. Abomination, something that's abomination from Leviticus 11 chapter and Deuteronomy 24 chapter. Say, hey, the 14th chapter word is the dietary law, right? Go to 2 Maccabees 7 chapter, since I brought her up. Now, this mother has seen her sons tortured by this Edomite, Antiochus Epiphanes, for not eating abomination. Okay? So, 2 Maccabees 7. Let's read, just start at verse 18. After one of her sons had been tortured and put in the fire and so forth, also they brought the 6th, who being ready to die, said, be not deceived without cause, For we suffer these things for ourselves. Each one of them watching each other die, being tortured to death. And the mother too, having sinned against our power. Hear that? This was marvelous in the eyes of the Most High. They being tortured. They saying, hey, we going through this because we have sinned against the Most High. Not that we've been all righteous and we don't deserve this. They say we going through this because we have sinned against the Most High. These are examples, our admonition, that we look at how our ancestors, you want to look at calling your ancestors, what our ancestors did, that this book is written concerning them to give us understanding. After him also they brought the sixth, who being ready to die said, be not deceived without cause. For we suffer these things for ourselves, having sinned against our power. Therefore marvelous things are done unto us. But think not thou that taketh in hand to strive against the Most High, that thou shalt escape unpunished. Antiochus Epiphanes, you Edomite, you think you going to escape unpunished? But the mother was marvelous above all, and worthy of honorable memory. For when she saw her 7 sons slain within the space of one day, he killed them all in one day, she bare it with a good courage. This is a powerful woman right here. Because of the hope that she had in the Most High, Bahashama Mashak Yosha. Because of the hope, that faith that we talked about earlier, that she had in the Most High. The first thing of Mashak Yosha said what? Have faith in the Most High. She had that courage because she had that faith. That hope is that faith in the Most High. Yeah. She exhorted every one of them in her own language, Lashawan Kodash, Hebrew, filled with courageous spirits, and stirring up her womanish thoughts with a manly stomach. She said unto them, I cannot tell how ye came into my womb, but I neither gave you breath nor life, neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you. Check out this wisdom. But doubtless the creator of the world, who formed the generation of man and found out the beginning of all things, will also of his own mercy give you breath and life again, as ye now regard not your own selves for his law's sake. Come on now. You better ask somebody. They were tortured for not eating abomination, something that's against the Most High's dietary law. They were put to death for the Most High's law's sake. Now Antiochus, this wicked Edomite, thinking himself despised and suspecting it to be a reproachful speech, she's speaking in Hebrew. She don't know what she's saying. But every man that died, all his sons that died, gave him something. So he know that whatever she's saying to her son is a reproachful speech, which the youngest was yet alive, did not only exhort him by words, but also assured him, just that deceiving, this seducing spirit, but also assured him with oaths that he would make him both a rich and a happy man if he would turn from the laws of his fathers. He can't even say the laws of the Most High. But if he would turn from the laws of his fathers, who is Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And Jacob's name being changed to Israel, who became the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. That he would turn from the laws of his fathers. And that also he would take him for his friend and trust him with affairs. If he would break the laws of the Most High. You see, where's that at in the Bible? Us being in captivity and is so fervent about us not keeping the laws of the Most High, except for the Greeks and the Romans, until now, the latter end of the Greco-Roman Empire that we in now. So fervent about us not keeping the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. It's something. He promised him all these things. Verse 25, but when the young man would in no case hearken unto him, he want nothing he could give him. He'd have seen his brothers die, tortured, scalped, burnt alive, maimed, cut hands and arms off and everything, legs off, everything, thrown in the fire, boiled, fried. But when the young man would in no case hearken unto him, the king called his mother and exhorted her that she would counsel the young man to save his life. Talk to him. I'm going to give him all these things and exalt him in my kingdom. You got to eat the pork. You got to eat the abomination to save his life. And when he had exhorted her with many words, seducing spirits, got money, got everything you could think of that you can want. And when he had exhorted her with many words, seducing words, she promised him that she would counsel her son. But she, bowing herself toward him, laughing the cruel tyrant to scorn, spake in her country language of Hebrew on this matter. O my son, this a mother right here, this a bad woman. O my son. She done seen 6 of her sons being tortured to death. She said, O my son, have pity upon me that bare thee 9 months in my womb and gave thee suck 3 years. 3 years. 3 years. And nourished thee, and brought thee up unto this age, and endured the troubles of education. I beseech thee, my son, look upon the heaven and the earth, and all that is therein, and consider that the Most High made them of things that were not, and so was mankind made likewise. The Most High made everything. Fear not this tormentor, this Edomite king Antiochus Epiphanes. She said, fear not this tormentor, but being worthy of thy brethren, take thy death, that I may receive thee again in mercy with thy brethren. While she was yet speaking these words, the young man said, whom wait ye for? He said, I will not obey the king's commandment, but I will obey the commandment of the law that was given unto our fathers by Moses. I'm going to read it again. This is for all you poach-up-eating preachers out there saying we not under the law, and all you that's following them and saying that we under the laws of the Most High, that he wrote with his finger the work of the Most High, that you giving him the middle finger. Oh, you got a price to pay. You got a lot of price to pay for all those that you have taught that have left this earth, and the judgment came to them behind what you did in your non-wisdom self. Listen. Verse 30 of 2 Maccabees, the 7th chapter. While she was yet speaking these words, the young man said, whom wait ye for? I will not obey the king's commandment, but I will obey the commandment of the law that was given unto our fathers by Moses. 613 laws, moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws, and sacrificial laws at this time. That's the law we're not under, the sacrificial law. He said, And thou, talking to Antiochus Epiphanes, that have been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews, shall not escape the hands of the Most High. For we suffer because of our sins, you see. That's marvelous in the eyes of the Most High. And though the living Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob be angry with us a little while, for our chastening and correction, yet shall he be at one again with his servants. But thou, you, Antiochus Epiphanes, O unrighteous man, and of all other most wicked, be not lifted up without a cause, nor puffed up with uncertain hopes, lifting up thy hand against the servants of the Most High. But thou hast not yet escaped the judgment of Almighty Most High, who seeth all things. Remember, his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and even the secret parts. For our brethren, who now have suffered a short pain, are dead under the Most High's covenant of everlasting life. But thou, you wicked Antiochus Epiphanes, you Edomite, king, through the judgment of the Most High, shall receive just punishment for thy pride. You see? Very, very prideful. And they tell you, I didn't go there, but in Psalms 83rd chapter, tell you, they lift up their head, that's in pride. It named Edom first. Tabernacle of Edom first. But I, as my brethren, offer up my body and life for the laws of our fathers. You hear that? It might come down to that. He said in your affliction, you're going to seek him early. He said he give up his life for the laws of the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But I, as my brethren, offer up my body and life for the laws of our fathers, beseeching the Most High that he would speedily be merciful unto our nation, and that thou, by torments and plagues, mayest confess that he alone is the Most High. That's why I said them plagues told you come out of her, my people. Revelation 18:4. These plagues are coming upon this earth like a woman in travail. They're coming faster and faster and faster. And that in me and in my brethren, the wrath of the Almighty, which is justly brought upon all our nation, may cease. Then the king, being in a rage, handled him worse than all the rest, and took it grievously that he was mocked. So this man died undefiled and put his whole trust in the Most High. Did that? Put his whole faith in the Most High. Last of all, after the sons, the mother died. Let this be enough now to have spoken concerning the idolatrous feast and the extreme tortures that came from the Edomites. The same people that's ruling now is why 2 Ezra 6:9 says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Better hear what the Most High is saying. It's very important. Ecclesiastes 12:13. Ecclesiastes 12:13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. It's a lot that we heard today concerning wisdom, proper application of knowledge, how you apply this knowledge in your life. Fear the Most High. Fear the Most High. And keep his commandments. Keep his commandments. What is this? For this is the whole duty of man. The whole duty of man. To fear the Most High. Be afraid. Be scared of the Most High. Highly respect him. And keep his commandments. Keep his laws and commandments. For the Most High while Mashak Yahushai shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. So, with that, I say, hey, everybody gonna meet the judgment seat of a Mashak Yahushai, who the Most High is allowed to do the judgment according to His judgment, whether it be good or whether it be evil. And you see an example of how a mother and her 7 sons all were tortured for not eating an abomination, something that's unclean, put it in their bodies. So you can take it lightly if you want to, but I hope that you'll look at this and work to be born again, work to change, work to become a new creature, a new man, a new woman, that you be worthy, that your name could be written in the book of life. That's what it's all about to me. You could live forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever under the power of the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua. And with that, I'm out. Shalom.